Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Knight and I'm here to teach you tarot for free. In lesson 11, we learned all about the beautiful fullness of the path of cups going from the ace to the 10 and all the beautiful lessons in between. And now we're going to keep moving forward and we're going to be working with the path of blades or the path of swords. So I'm going to bring you down. Beautiful. We still have our witnesses. Here we have the majors. We're going to push the majors over there. We're going to push the pages and the knights over there just to give us lots of room. I put the ace of cups up here and the ace of pentacles and the ace of rods so the ace of blades can be all in its glory. So here again, going from the ace to the 2 to the 3 to the 4, to the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here is the path of blades or swords. Ace being the beginning, 10 being the completion, and all the beautiful lessons in between. So again, I want you just to feel the cards. Just sweep the cards. And I want you to look at the beautiful message of the entire path. And again, with the blades or the swords, speaking of the mind, we really look at what triggers the mind. And it's kind of bizarre, but I think I have to go this way. And I don't know why, so forgive me, but here, if we look at the 10 really is the surrendering of a thought that just keeps us out of balance. Now, in order for us to really have a breakthrough of the mind, we have to experience this in order to be in this space. And so this brings you here. And this is the opportunity to change our perception, to just whether it's a belief, whether it's a communication, whether it's a perspective, whether it's a thought, whether it's something we say to ourselves, all of this path speaks about what triggers the mind. And so with this being the ace of swords or the ace of blades, this really is the opportunity where we say, I can't even think that way anymore. This is a state of absolute exhaustion in our minds. And so that stimulates this opportunity. And that really creates a choice of where we want to go. Do we want to remain on the same path, which is here, or do we want to try and change what we are feeding our mind? Here, often betrayal, the realization really of betrayal, the actual betrayal, the injury would probably stem in the heart. It'd be the response of the heart, but it comes from the mind. So when we feel betrayed, if we're betrayed in the present, then every single time we have felt betrayed in the past, this would bring the energy to our mind. Here is where we just retreat. Some people, like now when I look back, I understand now that even though it may appear that I was depressed, I was really just trying to shut off my mind. And so this, although the blades are above the head, or the swords are above the head, here is this figure in an armor. It's like, I got to try and shut it off. So some of us go into a shut-off state. This can be a meditative state, or it can be a state of denial. It's where we just kind of pull in all of our energy in protection, retreat and withdraw, and just try to shut off our mind. We may stand our ground and pick a battle. So our defenses may come up, which, I mean, it's a 5, and you guys all know about 5. It can make or break. Or even when we're confronted, that may trigger something in our mind, so we may be on the defensive. This really, for me, this is like, all the cards are complicated. But this card for me is really interesting because these figures are in this boat, and they have all the blades here, and there's the mother figure and the father figure, and there's a child. And it's like no one takes ownership. They just move away from it. So this card, depending on how it speaks to you, it can represent not taking ownership, just trying to move away, trying to run. Here is where we've managed to deal with 2, but we may be in a state of denial where our mind doesn't even want to go there. So we're prepared to carry them. We're just prepared to carry it as a weight on our shoulder. Here, we may feel that we are stuck, that there's no movement, that it's a place of static. But if this figure were to take off her blind, then she could see everything, not in a reactionary state, but in a state of clarity. Here, it speaks of power, where we feel we have no power. And then here, it's like, whatever you're thinking, and when our spirit is weary, or our life just feels like we're just doing the same thing again, we have an opportunity to look at our beliefs and see if how we perceive our situation is completely out of alignment. And for myself personally, as a practitioner, if I can shift your mind, if I can shift you from here to here, then I've done well. So, again, being able to see what triggers our beautiful mind. Our mind triggers our history. And so going from the ace to the 10 and all the beautiful responses. So again, I want you just to be able to work with the cards, shuffle the cards, just have them speak to you again. They're just so grateful to have the opportunity to finally show themselves in fullness. And this is the completion of Lesson 12.